This is the 15th edition of the Perfect Game All-American Classic. These are the 53 of the most talented heading into their senior year of high school. And to back it up, you can look at the history of this game. 188 chosen as first-round picks. A name like Bryant and a name like Posey, Correa, Lindor, all alum of this game. It's really fun to get the stories being told right now as we look ahead to next year's draft.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup with Terang out of California, Arizona's Nolan Gorman, Kelnick is out of Wisconsin. Some power in Jordan Grosjean's. There's our Michigan man, Bryce Bush, a Canadian and a talented catcher, Noah Naylor. Nicholas Northcutt is a Vandy commit. Preston Hartzell from just up the road in Newport. Joe Gray Jr. Spirited, talented outfielder from Mississippi, Alec Thomas, maybe a college football player as well. And Osiris Johnson, Jimmy Rollins, his family member. The man on the bump, Kumar Rocker. That's enough talking for me.
To the big man out there on the hill.
Kumar with the fastball lifted into center field. Parker Meadows, you may remember, was Nicholas Shell and Elijah Cabell, a superb athlete in right field. KENDALL, Logan, Simmons, Georgia. Andrew DeSatis, originally from Panama. Jeremiah Jackson, big Tristan Cassis. We'll tell you more about him, and one of the best catchers in about a decade defensively. Many say, anyway. Will Banfield behind the plate. Into his senior year, we're going to keep things on the down low, a little bit quiet as he hits the outside corner.
Will Banfield, who's catching right now, has, of course, handling rockers. He catches them all summer. Very familiar with each other.
Hit hard on the ground, eats up Jeremiah Jackson. And
I was about to say Major League Baseball may have the inside track on this one because he's been great all summer. He's been great.
That one misses outside. We were talking about Dad Tracy Rocker again going
the game of baseball. So to hear that coming out of a young man this early in his career, he just tells you how advanced he is.
Does that right column describe how talented the lineup is? Look at the commits. Jeremiah Jackson, Andrew DeSatis, Will Banfield, big slugger Tristan Cassis, reclassified this year as an 18 grad. KENDALL, Logan, Simmons has always dreamed of Georgia Tech. Elijah Cabell, last night's winner of the Nick Adenhart Award. Nick Decker, Parker Meadows. Nicholas Schnell is committed to Louisville. Anthony Sigler is a switch hitter and a switch pitcher. He's everywhere. And this man just a left-handed pitcher, but a very talented one. Matthew Liberatore out of Peoria, Arizona, the number 2 player in Arizona, the number 5 left-handed pitcher in the state out of Mountain Ridge High School, plays his travel ball for the Central Florida Gators. He's committed to go to Arizona. Takes one of his traditions. Oh, Dave Valley, you baseball players and all of your things that you go through. Everything's lively, Dave.
Consistently is in the 29, 3100 RPM rate with that breaking ball.
Change up, down and away. Will drop third, striking in the end. Turted right-hander takes the mound. We talked about him coming on the air. 6 feet 6 inches tall, just a touch over 200 pounds. Ethan Hank, player in Canada, amongst the 18 class. Boy, not only is it 90s. He has given a ton of credit to his grandparents and the impact they have had on his life. Are you kidding me with the pause? His first, put myself second. He's a USC commit. He doesn't chase that fastball, and he is a base runner. You hear some of those fans.
Gray, primarily known for his defense at this point. He's a streaky hitter. I've seen him hit probably the longest home run I saw all summer, but one of the best defensive outfielders in the class.
JT Ginn takes the rock and he rolls out of Brandon, Mississippi. Plays for the East Coast Sox. You maybe remember Chris Snowpack. He runs the East Coast Sox, but this is a big arm Mississippi State commit.
Yeah, we're probably going to be seeing 94, 97 out of JT Ginn. It's a big power arm, 96 on that first one. But also a young man who's Simmons, a very strong right-handed hitter. Big power when he gets into it. He squares that one up.
You were saying he drives that one up against the wall. KENDALL, Logan, Simmons hustling on around. Into second with the double. For the Gators, right up on the plate. Leg kick. That fastball a bit too much for him as he pops it to the right side. Let's watch the communication, the athleticism of the youngest man on the field out of the Bay Area.
Really hit the ball and has become one of the top hitters in this 2018 class. Athleticism where Austin was stronger at the same age. Parker just hasn't gained that strength yet.
Trying to sneak in and grab the extra bag on a ball in the dirt. Events more than 1,000 head to the major leagues. 1,031. A new arm to introduce you to. His name is Mason Denneberg. He's a two-way player. He's a catcher as well. And the talented and athletic Alec Thomas hits one a mile high to the left side, and Nick
to do both of them.
dealing with the Fullerton commit, who hits a high fly ball to right field. Elijah Cabell is tested by that high sky once again. Easy advance there for Alec Thomas.
Fouled off some really tough pitches.
Changeup and a good one. Roll to the first base side. Little tap dance by Arizona native Nolan Gorman. Gorman drives one to deep right field. Looking up is Cabell. Goodbye! The pride of Arizona touches them all. Nolan Gorman just crushed one.
I think that surprises almost no scout here, because Nolan Gorman's been doing this all summer. It's big power. It's big foul pole to foul pole power. But to see him get around on 96, I think, on the inside half, that was impressive.
Home run hitter. Maybe Gorman on that same kind of journey. Kelnick fastball, fly ball. One step back, now coming on in. Arm. Austin Becker goes to work, the right-hander. This is a young man out of Sunbury, Ohio, the #1 player in Ohio, the #1 right-handed pitcher in the country.
With him, we saw Kumar Rocker throw a 90-mile-an-hour changeup earlier, and there was an 89-mile-an-hour changeup.
Yeah, there's the fastball, more like it at 90s. Good tumble to that pitch. And a change in strike.
But he's plenty athletic enough to stay at catcher in addition to all those other things.
Stayed back on a breaking ball, hits a high fly ball to center field. Joe Gray, the athlete in you. There's the former amateur athlete in you, as that one is a high fly ball to center field and put away. And you may be shared with these guys in private.
Yeah, I think really for me, the biggest thing is always be cognizant of your career.
This is an elite level swimmer as he deals the 1-2. That one, well, right down the middle. Kokomo, Indiana. And it was at a great event this summer at about 1 in the morning that this young man at Perfect Game 17U World Wood Bat Association Championship touched 93 miles an hour while pitching for the Indiana Bulls and pitched his way onto the All-American Classic roster. In amateur baseball, it's lore, it's urban myth that goes along with how he earned his way here, because few were left there.
Oh yeah, very few, and a lot of them were scouts. But yeah, Jack Perkins has a high ceiling. It's a very fast arm.
Good fastball, 94 miles an hour.
No, this is the culmination. I know USA Baseball, they play the championships there. That's the kind of potential first-round profile we're looking at.
Runner on the move. How about that throw? That is a good high school. Fastball, a lively fast. Melbourne, Florida is the home of Carter Stewart. He's committed to go to Mississippi State, and the discussion centers around that last pitch, his first pitch. A breaking ball. He's got a very, very good one. Can touch David Ronsley up to 92 miles an hour as he faces Nicholas North.
As high as Carter Stewart.
So just for the sake of the discussion, as we see a fastball that rolls in on the hands, Jeremiah Jackson has moved
or on a curveball. He's throwing that curveball close to 80 miles an hour, and he's throwing a 89, 91 mile per hour. Okay, pitches and locations, but you want to see the curveball as a fan as much as a scout.
Ray on the ground, out to Blaze Alexander. Forney, Texas. His name is Jonathan Childress, Texas A&M commit. Banditos, his travel team, Forney High School. And this is a young man that touched 93 miles an hour at Perfect Games National this summer. Team grab.
Well, I think for physical maturity and also emotional maturity, it was the right thing to do. So we see a single up the middle off the bat of Tristan Casas, because he's 6'4", 2.
It's holding it almost like a two-seam, and then I just moved my finger over a little bit of a coach's help, but more it was kind of my own thing. I enjoy it. It was easier to throw this way. So
he was a 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity guy at the National Showcase. Breaking ball lined the other way. Terang makes the play, fires. And here he's got a lefty. He can talk about Neek out of Chappaqua, New York. Horace Greeley High School, Tri-State Arsenal, his travel team. And a young man, David, who touched 93 at the National Showcase and pitched very, very well at the 17U World Wood Bat All-Tournament performer.
Old school, right? A big wind-up delivery. I'm not talking about a Sandy Koufax delivery or Don Drysdale. Playing against, other high school kids.
Osiris Johnson, a mile high center field. Nick Decker's out there working now, and he puts that one to.
I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, there we go, right here, Darren.
A little one that skips away from the arm of Malcolm. Seth Halverson gets the call. He's in the batter's box all the way to third.
Throw the ball harder, as opposed to just natural growth of it, of a kid who's 85 and then gets to 80.
On down to 53 in this case, as that one is outside. That's ball four. Chappaqua, New York. This left-hander. Breaking ball and down goes. Mike Vassal's a Virginia commit. He's out of Wellesley, Massachusetts. Boston College High School plays his travel ball for the Louisiana Knights. The #1 player in the state of Massachusetts. Baseball, and as a leader, obviously, is that one is belted to right field. Well struck. Kelnick on the run. Squares it up as he takes a tumble and hauls it in. A tip of the cap. You betcha. To work with Major League Baseball and maybe more ways to help develop at the National Showcase out of South Gwinnett High School. And Cabrera dropped his back shoulder that time. He can run. He'll run it out as that one is lifted and put away. And Sutton, Lenny Torres takes the rock and he rolls. He's a young man too. He is not yet 17 years old. Still 16. David Ronsley, St. John's commit out of Beacon, New York, and he got out of the bag too much. Nor can you, or you'll get me in trouble. But maybe. As that one's crushed to left field. We talked about the strength, and it's gone. He did it at the National Showcase. Jordan Groshans will touch them all. Of the Western Metal Supply Company building. Wow.
That was an impressive swing because that was out of the strike. That was high. It was 95 up out of the strike zone, but he's quick enough and strong enough to get the bat to that.
There's ever a testing ground, if you will, would be here. I mean,
3-0. They're looking to add on. Christopher Willis, left-handed hitting catcher, hits it a mile high to the left side. KENDALL, Logan, Simmons rolls that one out toward third. A lighter, thank you. Oh wait, we're not letting you go just yet, as that one is thrown away. Northcutt. He likes to help those in need. Run on the move, and he's got a fastball that'll help. His name is Blake BURZELL out of Laguna Beach, California. He's a Duke commit, which means his classwork is first. Dad is Greg, was a great college basketball player at William and Mary, as that one is a high fly ball to center field. The unique and very on the sister Carly plays college soccer as he drives that one to right field. That will settle in for a base hit. And his sister Lexi,
18-year-old kids. And there's a lot of stuff going on in their life. There's the emotions that you go through.
We were telling you about his parents, a great swimmer, and that is ball.
Maybe has one of the highest, and find out, well, what is he doing in that swing?
Now and finds me when I don't feel full of life. And I should be more like him. And that one, I want to thank him for his help. As he breaks his bat, it goes to the right side on the ground. The bat to the right. The Jonathan Gates, number 30 on the back of that spectacular Nike jersey, is the left-hander who had a little.
His football tapes and everything, and they're just otherworldly, his athleticism. We didn't get to see him swing.
The manager's like, hey, what are you staring over here for? He's like, aren't you going to tell me what to throw?
Found baseball player out of Covina. He goes down there with a lively fastball. One sails in, and Durant's Food Bank in downtown Phoenix. Breaking ball, wow, kept his hands back long enough. Base hit right field, the West with one. The West with another. They out on to their lead. It's a 5-1 West showcase, which starts tomorrow. Jared was here. Puts that one on the ground. What a beautiful piece of hitting. What a great play, but unable to get it out of his glove. Was 7 for 12 in his at-bats with a home run. This time, it's a fly ball to right. Perfect game governed umpiring group. Do a fine job. Slow roller. Right side. This play will be made. This time, Ian Bedell goes to work against KENDALL, Logan, Simmons. Bedell out of Davenport, Iowa.
Physically, Hellickson has slighter frame, but the actual pitches are very similar to Hellickson at the same age.
High fly ball. Well struck to left field, shy of the track when he gets home. Good fastball. Boy, it's lively. In on the hands. Charging. Fielding. Firing. It's dug out at Parker Field.
Perfect Game Field at Memorial Park.
Thank you, sir. I knew you'd get that right. Throw is high, speed is good. So if that throw swings maybe a little uncomfortable, he's not too far removed from an appendectomy. This is Cole Wilcox, his opportunity out of Chickamauga, Georgia. Top 10 player in the state of Georgia, top 5 pitcher in the United States. Heritage High School, ex-Dole. Another fastball right by him.
Going 90 and above and 95 and above, and it's just really amazing to me.
Strong hands, lets the ball. Told you earlier about Austin Wells at Bishop Gorman. That's back-to-back pretty swings in the left field. A diving attempt out there. And in the end, getting frozen just a bit. Usher isn't.
Had him, USA Baseball had him playing left field for much that same reason, to test the versatility.
American Classic, and a chance to see a very well-rounded athlete, Seth Halverson, and he has certainly, we've seen him with a bat in his hands play as a infielder. He's touched 95. He's the captain of his basketball team as well.
Not a lot of extra motion in his windup.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Good shot about it.
And I'm guessing Carlos was 98.
Yes, he was. Yes, he. Seth tries to lock this one down. He does, and the West wins it. The 15th edition of the Perfect Game All-American Classic. There's dancing, there's liquids, and there is no dog pile, and the parent in me loves it. Yeah. Congratulations to both of these squads. Get away, this is an honor.
All right, thank you, Darren. So Trevor Hoffman is here to introduce our Perfect Game All-American Classic Most Valuable Player.
Yeah, congratulations, Nolan, on a great night tonight. It's my pleasure to give you the 2017 Perfect Game All-American Classics Game MVP.
Awesome. Thank you. No better ambassador than Trevor Hoffman for this All-American Classic, and a former Arizona Wildcat great hands it off to the Arizona Wildcat commit. So 4 RBIs tonight, Nolan, but take me through that home run. They're pretty rare in this game, but I noticed a big smile on your face when you rounded first base. I think you knew you got it.
Yeah, Mason's my buddy, and we've been friends for a while, so that was good to get it off of him, but he's a good pitcher, so I was just happy to do that.
Let's go! And you won the home run derby, the high school home run derby, during the Major League All-Star game, but this was 96 on the inside corner, so this was a little bit different.
Yeah, that was a lot quicker than BP.
All right, what did this experience mean for you all week, with being able to participate in this game, play with these great players, and come out with the MVP?
Yeah, it was fun this whole week. Going to Rady Children's Hospital, and those kids are great, inspired me a lot, and this whole week it's been awesome, and to win MVP is pretty special.
Congratulations on a special night.
Thank you.
Nolan Gorman, our most valuable player, the 2017 Perfect Game All-American Classic. Darren, back up to you.